Yeah.
I started the year bedbound. As you know, ACL surgery. Could have been a baller and that.
Rotting in bed, you know.
Rotting.
This guy was smelling like B.O.
One thing I would say I've learned. Put the inputs in.
Inputs.
Put the inputs in. I mean...
I'm on computers, carry on.
I'm on computers. I have the ability to make you think a different way.
Yeah,
like,
basically.
So I have the ability to make you think this is best for you, even though it's not.
Always wish good on people, because what you don't realize is everyone's just a reflection of you.
And I would say, like, for anybody who's currently in a certain industry and they feel like they're not getting what they want, is to just keep their head down, keep their things going.
I agree, bro.
Eventually, things will just fall in place. So it makes sense to just keep staying focused, and things will just fall in place for you.
We want to talk about why we actually changed the whole podcast, the set, the name, the ethos, if that's what you want to call it. And really and truly, bro, we were doing this week in, week out, consistently. But the quality of the episodes was just ass. It was genuinely ass. Like, we would go home, right? No, we would come here and we would record an episode. Yeah, thanks for coming. Forget to take a thumbnail photo. We'll forget to do whatever we actually need to do. Go home, slap it on the timeline, use AutoPod, edit the pod. Yep, that's it. Find a few clips for the trailer, slap it in there, export, upload. There was no logo on the thing. No logo on the thing. Not enough thought was going through it. There wasn't even like a checking process. We never used to say, okay, here's the Frame.io link and let's actually look through it if you got time. See if it's actually good enough, if I've missed anything, add anything, and then upload it to YouTube. And we're going to be uploading in 4K.
Jeez.
So you're going to get the highest quality from us.
I mean, everything you said was is completely true. So, like, when we obviously watched, like, big podcasts, Stephen Bartlett, Blue Tick, they all stress about the small things. And obviously, don't get me wrong, posting the podcast and getting good guests on was the big thing. And for us, that wasn't something we looked on, stressing the small things. So the small things, as you mentioned, the logo, having things prepared more than like 4 weeks in advance, obviously adding stuff into the actual video to make the timeline more appealing, to know that you've actually added more YouTube chapters.
Yep.
Also the clips all being specifically the same font, because there's times you'll edit it and I'll edit one and you can notice
And
the
the one's
difference.
different, innit?
But it was just, overall, you could just say the branding and quality production of our studio setups, because even then we used to have 2 black sheets behind us.
Mad. No, it's black and white.
Black and white sheet.
Bro, imagine we're using sheets, bro. Like, production quality, $10.
Like,
that's mad.
Like, these are sheets you could put over your dining table. Sheets, like,
Mad, bro.
It was those kind of sheets. But I think over the year, we've had time to, especially coming to the end of the year now, we've had time to reflect, look on areas to build our podcast, and basically build a team. And that's something we've been able to do. So shout out to Eli and Anna for the team we've been able to build. So
Jeez.
obviously, if you could summarize briefly on what you thought of our podcast as we've been able to go through it and change it, compare it to what it looks like now, what would you say about it?
I say right idea, wrong execution. And now all I can say is, look at us now, man. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Not
Not
me.
me.
Like, look, bro, we actually got a plant. There's some life in here. Get what I'm saying? We've actually got a decorated wall. There's a sign that you guys can't see because you don't have a third angle.
Yeah.
But, like, we've actually took some care into this. This is our baby now. Like, we've put clothes on it.
Yeah. Funny enough, and it goes back to that first, I think that statement everybody knows, what is it? Start now, get better later.
Yeah.
And I would say that's exactly what we've been able to do. We've been able to now build a team where we've got an editor, we've got a marketer, upgrade the studio, as you said, logo and sign. And most importantly, stress the small things now. It's like taking more pride in our baby, pause. But yeah.
All right.
All right, but you see where I'm coming from.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's been able to become more flourished and become a better podcast overall. Changing the name, we've changed everything about the podcast, and I would say this is the podcast you guys should definitely be looking forward to. Like, it's gonna,
Facts.
the guests are bigger and better. It's not just no offense, no Candyland off the street, but it's gonna be someone with a story, and if you actually provide untold value or untold knowledge to you guys and their own story.
Facts. And you know what's crazy? Because I know you want to talk about mentorship.
Yeah.
One thing that Nero says to me a lot is if you want to be something or be someone that you've never been, how can you expect to do that by being the same? You get what I'm saying? If we want like more attention on the pod, provide more value, how are we going to do that by keeping our episodes the same? And it's clearly not working. Something's got to change, bro. And we took that action, put some deep thought into it, and I hope the results reflect that in it. I think they will.
I believe they will. Because when you say reflection, is as I said, going back to the small stuff, it was how long the podcasts were,
Just unnecessarily long, bro.
the consistency in the clips, the people we have on the show and their stories and how exactly they would get that value across. And more so, just making sure the episode is just entertaining and the value's there and it's something people will find enjoyable. And as I said, following on from what Nero said, it's true. How could we expect things to change when we wasn't doing anything to change? Like, don't get it twisted. We was seeing success in certain areas. However, the success could be furthered if other stuff was done.
Yeah, facts.
And it's like, also shout out to your boy as well, Taburu.
Yeah.
Taburu.
Gave us a grilling still.
Massive. I mean, what was some of the stuff you were saying?
He was just like, yo, your titles are dead. Your thumbnails are dead. Why is your video so long? That's dead. No one's watching an hour and a half of John from down the pub speaking about la 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 la. Shout out John though. But you get what I'm saying? Just advice like that. And he was just telling me like, yo, use this website to help with like how you generate your titles and like look for certain keywords, like keywords about like, I don't know, prison and jail, they stand out, crime, or I don't know, like manifestation, or sometimes some stuff is trending like AI, and just hone in on stuff like that if you actually want to, you know, gain attention. That's some stuff.
So I feel like that was massive in the grilling. So it was also like guidance from people who had already done it, guiding, mentoring, and coaching on how to exactly get to the point where we want to be in the Untold podcast, which is to be one of the biggest platforms in the UK.
Basically.
Now, following on from that, one of the stories and topics we've had throughout this whole year, because now it's a time of reflection, time of change to see what could be improved on, areas you're going to start improving for the new year. And one thing I would say we both done, which we never had at the start of the year, was actually some mentoring.
Very true. And you know what's the mentoring thing? It's crazy. Car. Start of the year, I was focused. I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to do this. And I was just like, nah. Then I got into sales. Really and truly, I had no right going into honestly, I had no right going into sales. But the money was there. But obviously, my focus is just diverted. And now social media is going down a bit. My clients is going down. I'm just like, it's not making sense. It don't align with me. Sales was fun. Learned the skill. Enjoyed it. Developed myself a bit. But one thing that Nero was just like an alignment. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and plus it wasn't fulfilling. So I'm doing sales, could hit 20 in a week. I'll still just be like, yeah, it was good. Yeah, at the time, a bit gassed, whatever. Then I come home, I'm like, shit, didn't even post today. Didn't do this, didn't do that. And I'm just like, but I got a bag, yay.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? I just needed that alignment and direction and guidance.
And would you say that's what Nero provided you with?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since he's started with me, pause.
Pause.
Ever since we started,
Yeah.
it's so weird, bro. I don't know how to explain it. It's like we started, and I was kind of like, you know what, I'm tired of living the way I'm living. Let's actually just go with it. What's the worst that can happen? Like, you get what I'm saying? And things just started to happen. Do you get what? Things just like clients started coming to me. My prices went up. They were paying the new prices. I lost some old clients because my prices increased. And I was just like, but everything's balancing out. And now I'm making more. I'm valued more. And I'm just happier, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? I was just like, it's just mad how it works, because I feel like it came really, really quick.
So overall, what would you say to the people who obviously don't feel as if they have that guidance or clarity that they want to do, on what they want to do in their life. So I repeat, what would you say to those people who need the guidance and clarity on what they want to do in their life?
I feel like
feel lost in the journey.
The people that need the guidance, they know that they need it. It's the people that think they don't need it. And I was low-key one of them. I was like, I don't need none.
Okay.
I don't need a mentor. Like, this ain't that hard. I can do that. I don't need the guidance. But really and truly, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. You're going to be confused throughout the journey. And you want someone that's been through it to at least put you in the right direction so you won't make the same mistakes and waste your time. Because imagine if I was working with Nero from the start of the year. I probably, bro, this year would have been mad. It would have been mental. But I didn't. But I'll say find someone that reflects who you want to be like and learn from them.
Perfect.
Tell us about you, man.
So I would say the start of the year, was it following on from the start of the year?
Yeah.
The start of the year, I started the year bedbound. As you know, ACL surgery. Could have been a baller and that.
Rotting in bed, you know.
Rotting.
This guy was smelling like B.O. This guy was smelling like B.O.
Don't violate the thing like that because I wasn't. But I know the hair was mad. The hair
Room was
mad.
smelling like pee-pee.
Well, the year went on. Obviously, I had a lot going on. So, for example, we still managed to consistently do the podcast. And then we went to university. I was still doing university. I was at the podcast. And I was meeting all these great people and laughed. I was meeting all these great people like Tris, Cam, the boys, Freedom Lifestyle boys, Daniel Moses, who were doing great things in the industry. I wanted to finally dibble-dabble my foot in, and that was obviously sales. But for me to do that, I need to finish university. So when I had finished university and then I got into sales, I feel like for me, that's where I found myself. And what I mean by that is having like the ability and skill to persuade someone that the product or service I'm currently offering right now is what's best for them. That felt like I had a lot of power, and it just made me smile. Like, do you know when you come, when like, I think you can tell you love something from when you finished working the job, go home, review your day, think on how you can improve, and then watch even more videos till about 2 a.m. on how to further improve, and then wake up at 10 a.m. to repeat the same process. And that's exactly my feeling was with sales. I went in there with enthusiasm, excitement. The room was bubbling. I was seeing everybody learning. I was like, how can I learn to do this? How can I learn to do that? And I found my passion in sales, and then following up with the mentoring now. So the thing about sales was where I currently was doing door-to-door was I felt like I had achieved it. I felt like cool, like I wasn't the best in the room, and then I felt like I got to the point where I was the best in the room. And for when I hit the record sale and I kept going, I kept putting up a consistent amount of numbers, I felt like, cool, what's next? Because now it's like, you smashed this room, pause. You need to go into the next thing, and then I found myself throughout winter kind of just being, I want to say being a bit lost, like progression had stopped. Because when you first start going something, you're smashing it. And it wasn't smashing to the point where I'm like, I'm bored of this now. It's smashing to the point I'm like, great. I've reached the ceiling. I need the next ceiling to go and achieve.
Yeah.
And I think through meeting Jazz and the podcast, I was able to meet Jazz Rose and go into my next thing. But what was you going to say?
I was going to say... Oh, I remember. I was going to say, what's it called? That is so accurate. When you love something, you're working on it.
Yeah.
Then you're like, okay, I'm tired now. Just put on some YouTube. And your YouTube recommended is the stuff that you was working on. And you're like, I'm going to watch this to relax. That's mad. Yeah. And that's basically what happens to me. Obviously, there's sometimes I'm watching entertainment stuff like Chunks and Philly or whatever. Yeah. But then there's times I'm watching, like, something will pop up saying how to make 20K a month as an editor. And I'm just like, let me watch that. Or some editing tricks. So I'm like, okay, let me watch that. Or some marketing tips. I'm like, let me just tune into that. Let me see if I agree with what this guy is saying in it. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do, but sometimes I learn something, sometimes I don't.
But do you see, I think that's how you know if it's a true passion, if you work, live, and pretty much breathe it. Like, because through sales, like I would say, let's say working right now, I'm currently one doing with Jazz. I literally start the morning off with reviewing feedback videos, have a meeting with him about how I can improve on it, do the calls, and then give him my best and worst calls, and I watch more review videos. And then I'm like today to myself, do you know what? my tonality wasn't the best in this situation. Let me go watch some Jeremy Lee Minor. his tonality is just 10 times better than mine. And I'm like, okay, write that down, ready to repeat the next day. And I'm like, okay. And then I put it in execution. I'm like, yeah, review that, cool, that was sick. But you know what? My wording and spacing wasn't the best in this one. Let me go back and it's like, I think for someone like me, that's how I can tell, like, yo, this is, for me, who knows, in the next 5 years, I might change or, you never know. But I think that's
Right
when you
now.
can tell you're actually passionate about something. And then I think I was passionate for when I was doing the YouTube videos, giving you guys a day in the life. I was like, right, I actually went all the way through with it, recording, editing, and I was like, I remember finishing this video and looking back on the creation, like, I'm happy about this. I feel passionate about what I'm doing. So that's what I would say I found passion in this year, sales.
You know what confused me this year, though? I focused a lot on editing. Now, I love the editing side of content creation.
Yeah.
But what I deeped was, bro, I just love content creation. Like, I started YouTube way back. Entertainment videos,
OG
demand them.
days.
It was fun. You know what I'm saying? I
Reacting
enjoyed
to
that.
Dave.
Reacting
to
everything.
Dave,
I was just like, bro, I just love creating content, bro. So I was just like, why did I stop that? So now I'm just gonna create content. As I told you, my plan for YouTube as well. Keep creating content, obviously within my niche. Gonna be doing some vlogging and other stuff. But yeah, man, editing's the main thing, but it's just a small thing inside the whole content creation space. Because you got scripting, you got like ideation and all of that stuff.
There's a whole lot in editing.
In content creation.
Yeah.
And editing is just a small piece.
Yeah.
Like, you have to come up with an idea.
Oh, yeah, because...
And you have to jot down your idea.
So you
Maybe
basically come in like the director.
Yeah. You know what? I like this name.
The director. Because think about it as a
creative
director.
producer.
Because think about it. I was like, what was we speaking about the other day? And I was like, yo, the scripting taste. Scripting's all right, but the recording is horrendous. Like, and I think like the role you've done and been able to do what you do is like you edit the videos, you script the videos, you record the videos. You're the one who comes with the ideas of the videos.
Mad,
You're a creative director.
I didn't deep
I don't
dive
think you
until a
praise
few weeks
yourself
ago.
enough.
I didn't. But here's the thing. I thought, I'm just an editor. I hate that name. Just an editor. That's
Limited.
yeah. I'm just like, that's whack. See what I'm saying? Obviously, I know how to edit, but I also know how to do all these other things that you need to do to create content. And I feel like a lot of people just want to create content. They just take a random video, chat shit in the camera, send it to the editor, and be like, yep, I'm gonna go viral because the edit's gonna make it amazing. I'm like, I'm reviewing it. I'm like, you waffling, broski. I gotta cut this out, but I'm like, can't cut this out because you're mid sentence. I'm just like, this is tough. Like, I want to help you out because I feel like I'm doing a disservice if I'm editing a video that I don't think is that great when I could have helped you make it better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you wanted to talk about how things go full circle. What do you mean?
Yeah. And what I mean by full circle is like sticking on your path and just keep going, and then the stuff you want, it eventually comes back around to greet you. So I'll give you an example. So obviously currently right now I'm working with obviously Jazz, obviously doing the sales, basically acting as number 2. And I remember, I'm sure you remember around June, July times, I got messages of me messaging Jazz to basically trying to get him to come on the podcast. And obviously, bro, I kid you not, embarrassingly probably, I sent probably 3 messages like throughout separate days with question marks like, yo, big man, why you airing me for? I can tell he was airing me because the message was seen.
It's funny because I messaged him as well. He responded to me though.
Yeah, I got responded to. So it was like, wow, man's just airing me. But obviously, I kept going with the podcast. I learned the skill of sales. And then it just so happens, 6 months down the line, I'm now working with him with my new acquired skill. Now, that's crazy to think things come back in full circle because all I did was keep my head down, not obviously get dismotivated by this person not messaging me back, but I just kept going, learned my new skill, kept focused on the podcast, and then it just so happens to work out that he needed someone obviously with the skill capabilities of sales that I'm now currently working with him, and I now got him as a mentor. And I would say like for anybody who's currently in a certain industry and they feel like they're not getting what they want, is to just keep their head down, keep their things going.
I
and
agree, bro.
Eventually, things would just fall in place. It
agree.
makes sense to just keep staying focused, and things would just fall in place for you.
Bro, imagine I had one edit. I've got bare messages from editors DMing me. I can edit your content, make it more engaging. I responded to this one kid, right? And he said to me, "Oh, bro, let me edit your videos. I can make it more engaging." Da, 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 da. I was like, "Show me your work." He showed me his work. I said, "This looks ass.
Ass?
Like terrible." Nice try. Looks terrible. And then I've gone, "Send me your best work." He sends me the same thing. I've gone, wow. And then I was like, "I'll let you know if I'm looking for an editor, bro. Not right now, though." And he was like, "Please, bro, please." He gave me a sub story because he's in another country. He gave me a sub story like, "My dad needs help," and sub da 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 da. I was like, damn, that's actually tough. He's like, "I'll do it really cheap." But I'm like, I actually don't care about the price because you do it cheap, but it's ass. And that's going to be my face on your on ass, and it's not going to work. I'm just like, bro. He's like, "Oh, just give me clips to edit." I'm just like, bro, go on YouTube and get like podcast clips of, I don't know, Grant Cardone or whoever it is, and clip them up, make them actually engaging. And then people would actually want to work with you. Do you know what I'm saying? Just work on your craft every day, and people will come to you. But you can't just go around doing the sub-story thing, expecting people to just have sympathy and work with you. You actually have to be valuable.
And it is like that, like in especially in entrepreneur, rejection's normal. Like you're not always gonna get what you want. You just need to keep focused, keep tunnel vision, keep doing what you're doing. And when people see you doing what you're doing or hear about what you're doing, the right people would come along. And just so happens, like for myself, Jazz came along because it was like, Aaron, what is it? I got a call from Aaron. "Oh, you're doing sales now, innit?" Like, boom, straight away, introduction. Jazz, here's my story, what I'm doing. It's like, it just works. So even for yourself, with editing with Nero's videos, you wanted to edit them from how long?
Ages ago.
And then you kept your head down, kept editing your clients, and it just so happens, at the end of the year, he's now a client, and you were getting guidance from. So, do you not see how, like we just kept doing our thing?
Work on yourself, become so valuable that they actually want to work with you. And they'll actually value you. You feel appreciated as well. It's mad.
And this is what I'm saying. Everything's come back in like a full circle in our first year, my first year of entrepreneurship. So it's like, it's been interesting. Like, there's been a lot of lessons that I've learned. And like, I feel like now I've got the clarity, the vision. I know what I want to do, and I know how to do it, and what I want to do as the end goal. It feels good. You get me?
So what's one thing you'd say you've learned? Just one thing new that you've learned.
One thing I would say I've learned. Put the inputs in.
Inputs.
Put the inputs in. I mean,
I'm on computers. Carry on.
I'm on computers.
Carry on.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot for that one. But what I mean by that is put the work in, put the inputs in. Like, and then when I say put the inputs in, I'm talking, if you want to achieve a goal, you need to put the inputs and the work in and make sure it all aligns with the end goal you want. For an example, for me to get into becoming one of the best people in sales, I know for a fact when I was doing door to door, everything I'd done was sales. I went home and watched sales videos. The YouTube videos were sales. I was listening to Jeremy Lee Miners, Andy Elliott's. I was just consuming sales content. I was also reviewing my days, asking the people who are the best at sales, i.e. Cena, how could I improve? So it was just like, it all made sense and alignment. So it's like, if I ever wanted to achieve another goal, it would just have to be 100% focus and alignment with that goal. Like, there's no point you saying, I'm going to be the best footballer, but dibble and dabble in rugby and tennis, and then be like,
I agree.
Nah, I'm going to be the best footballer.
I'll say that's one thing I learned as well. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying off camera. Like, I dabbled in sales. I had no right to.
You didn't still.
I had no right to. And then I was like,
you did good though.
Why am I? Yeah, I know. I'm surprised. But yeah. Anyway, I was like, why am I not getting like no new editing clients? Because I'm not able to work on my craft and improve my skills, make myself more valuable, that people actually want to work with me.
And it goes back to what you were saying.
What?
Master thyself.
Master yourself? I was literally about to bring that up. I was like, yo, if you master yourself or the thing that you want to do, then the money will come. Because I was chasing money, ran into sales, chased money, got money, got money. But then I was like, I probably would have, no, not probably. I would have made that if I just improved my editing skills. Probably more. You get what I'm saying? Because I was already a good editor, but now I'm getting to the greats and and all of that stuff. And everyone's improving while I'm not. Do you get what I'm saying? So just improve something about yourself or your skill every day.
And I think one massive thing I was saying, which needs to be emphasized on, like, you need to start deeping things. So, like, you know, like if you was watching content which is basketball, another sport, and another thing here and there, like if you say you're gonna do something, but your actions aren't aligning, and even though it could be an average day, like let's say you woke up 9 a.m., for the first 2 hours, 3 hours of the day, you've just been chilling, you've worked now, you probably chilled the rest of the day, and now you're saying, yeah, I'm gonna invest an hour into what I want to do, like crypto or something. You're not really deep in the fact that it doesn't align with what you're doing. Like, you need to really, if you want to be the best or really put something towards your craft, you need to put hours of work into it, because you have to think, who would be better? The person who put 4 hours a day into sales, or the person who put 1 hour into sales every day?
Obvious answer.
And that's how it is. People say they want to start this skill, or they want to achieve this goal. Like, let's say I want to start gym, I want to become the fittest I can be, but I only put 30 minutes into it a day, when you could be putting an hour or 2 hours. Or do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, bro.
And even if it's not just hard fitness work, it could be some physiotherapy to help your recovery, or some flexibility, mobility sessions to help you further get fit. Like, it's just, there's small pieces of the puzzle that can help you get further. And that's how it was with sales.
Sales is a funny thing, man.
I love sales.
I know you do.
I love sales. It's just that having the ability to sell is just pretty cool.
I feel like having the ability to edit's pretty cool. Change certain playing into a masterpiece. You think, right, that was the original. How the you brought that to life?
But you know what it is about sales? Sometimes I think about the dark side. Like,
I think about the dark side as well.
I have the ability to make you think a different way.
Yeah,
like
basically.
So I have the ability to make you think this is best for you, even though it's not. Like having that house.
This is why man don't trust salesmen. This is why man don't trust salesmen.
Like, even when some people, like, you're able to, like, they could be paying not that much cheaper. Like, they wouldn't notice, but you're like building up the value of the price, building up the value of the products, giving them the story of the product and how it relates with them, and they're like, you know what? You're right. You know
what?
Right.
You know what will always kill me? Yeah, shout out Cashlid. But when that new campaign started, not naming it, when that new campaign started, right, and he signed someone up, God knows how he signed him up, but the next day he called him and said, bro, I want to cancel. No, because he got it installed straight away, right? But you're probably not sure if you saw the photo. He got a photo on his phone, and it was basically saying the Wi-Fi connection's not fast enough. Like, it's just, I was like, I've never seen that message before in my life. Like, how can your Wi-Fi be that bad that there's a notification on your phone saying it's not fast enough? He's like, bro, I need to cancel. No, cool enough. Period.
No, cool enough.
Like, get this out my yard, you get what I'm saying? And I was like, bro, so you sold him into a shit service?
That's how it is. That's crazy.
I don't trust you niggas.
Well, like, but anyone talking like sales, I would say, personally, door-to-door sales. Now I've done phone sales, still doing phone sales. Door-to-door sales, best one to get into, because you are 100% out your comfort zone. You're knocking on someone's door, the home, literally where they live, and then you're on the doorstep trying to sell them a service or a product. Now, they could have just come back from work or having the worst day possible or having the best day possible. You don't know how they're going to be, but you have to have the emotional intelligence to recognize where they're at in their day, their emotions, and also then you got to try and convince them through mostly emotional to obviously buy the service or product, and then to make them feel good and that they haven't just been bought on impulse. Also make it logical for them, like how it's actually going to benefit them. And that's a sick ability to have. And if you're just starting out and you can smash that out, you could smash the sales game, I think.
Tell them your first experience on the doors.
My first experience on the doors.
I want to hear it. Like your first door. Do you remember it?
My first door. Yeah, I do remember. I remember my first sale. It was a young lad. I think he was like 19, 20. So I kind of, and this is what I was saying, for me, reports the building. So my first sale, it was a young lad, at 19, 20 years old. I knocked on his door, and then obviously I tried to do the pitch. So it's important to remember your pitch when you're first starting out, just so you can actually get through it and then start learning how to articulate it differently, cater it to different audiences. So I've gone through the pitch. speaking to him, and then he was like, "Yeah, you're the internet guy, right?" So just by wearing the branding, he already knew what I was on. And then for me, I'm like, "Yeah, I'm the internet guy." And then I broke it down to him. He's like, "Yeah, great. Anyway, my internet is shit." I'm like, "Okay, what do you mean by it's shit?" He's like, "Bro, it keeps lagging. I'm a gamer and everything." So one,
Pain point.
there's one pain point. He's a gamer and his internet's lagging. I'm a gamer myself. I don't like my internet lagging either.
Relax and relate, bro.
Relax and relate, relax and relate. And then I've gone, "Oh, what do you mean by that?" He goes, "Bro, I'm trying to game." And I was like, "Let me guess, Call of Duty." "Yeah, bro, Call of Duty. You know what it's like?" "Of course I know what it's like, man. It's the worst." "Bro, me and my brother trying to play." That was, to walk you through my first sale, that was my first sale. The pain was built on the internet and obviously playing Call of Duty and being a gamer myself. I knew exactly what it was like of having poor service internet. And then from then on, it was now accelerating the problem to now a solution where I'm saying, "Listen, buddy, between me and you," that phrase, "between me and you," that gets us on a level. Like when someone says "between me and you," it comes across as like almost secretive.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
only
yeah.
me and you know this, you know. You get me? Like if I say "between me and you," you get me? So I'll drop the "between me and you," buddy. You're on Virgin Media. That is absolutely not ass. Now, do not now I've new sales. Do not slander other people's what they're bought into, because it gives them a reason to start to defend it. Do you get what I'm saying? So now I've just said it's ass. He's like, "It is ass." So lucky enough, he was already on the bad side. I've carried on like it's ass, and he's like, "Yeah, you know what? What is it you've got?" And then I was like, "Between me and you, this is what we got."
What did he buy? 900.
900. 900. He bought the best package for the most expensive price. But I would say the reason why he did that, rapport was built. We was the same age. We both play Call of Duty. We both want good internet service and provided. And also, he just, the energy, it was like two young kids chilling like, "Yeah, bro, it's the worst, it's the worst." He's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah." And then obviously, we were just able to go into the close swiftly. And then I left there with a massive smile on my face. Like, I did it.
You know what's mad? I don't remember my first sale,
You don't remember it?
but I remember the first door I knocked.
I remember the power. Like, yo, a man's put his bank details into my phone. That's crazy. Like,
Do you know what? I always thought to, you know what? That's mad still. I do hear that because like
that's power. I said,
Yeah.
yo, if you got 10 bags in there, I could.
you're an idiot. But the first door I knocked, yeah, I was nervous because I seen Cena knocked. I was like,
Seen as the G.
before Cena knocked, I was like, how's this gonna go? Like, are people gonna be mad? And he was knocking. The responses weren't the best, but it weren't no one rude yet.
Yeah.
Not really much interest. Then eventually there was a sale. I was like, okay.
Money made.
Second lap, he was like, "I'm gonna knock." I was like, "It's my first day." So I'm there like, okay, cool. Knocked, and it's this old white guy. Gave him the pitch. I was like, God, do I remember the pitch? I was like, "Hey, Ajene from Switch Fiber. You've probably seen us in the area
Doing the roadworks,
doing
right?
the roadworks, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yes." That's all I knew. That's all I knew. I was like, wow, that really did work. He responded, okay. Cena jumped in. Long story short, bro, he sold him. I was like, bro, that weren't actually that difficult. Bear in mind, he's an older audience, so really internet isn't even his issue.
Yeah.
But saved him a bit of money. He didn't use his telephone, which was a bit weird. Older people normally do. But I was just like, wow, that's actually not that bad. Then I knocked the next door. He was interested, but he was like, he'll get back to us. Then I think the third door, there was a sale. I was like, and I knocked that as well. I was like, damn. Like 3 doors knocked, 2 sales. I know it's not going to be like that every day.
What was it, 70? That's 200 quid made in 3 doors. 210? It's 70 quid a sale, isn't it?
It was 2 sales. So the third one, can't remember if that came through
That's like
later.
150 in a day.
Yeah,
Just
I was
2
like,
doors.
Wow. Sales is, if you want to make money, and you actually don't feel like you have a passion or you have something to do, just do sales.
Just do sales.
Just do sales.
Just do sales. You'll easily make money, bro.
You don't need a
And even
degree,
if you get like
don't need
a green customer, like one who already knows what you're about and is looking for your service.
Bro, that's just an order taken. Take that and collect
I
your
call that
commission.
customer service, bro. You just walk them through the process.
I call that order taken and I love it. I know you've knocked the door, man, going, Switch Fiber or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, man, I've heard about you.
Next door neighbor.
My next door neighbor's got it, and my contract ran out yesterday. You must have knew about it. I said, I didn't, but I do now. Thanks, buddy.
Bro, sales is it's just amazing. Like having the ability to just knock on someone's, even the ones where, you know, when you meet, like, okay, one thing about door to door, I'm not gonna 100% brand this shit and say it is absolutely fun. Like it is fun, but there is certain times when you knock on people's door and you do get like the fuck off. Like, what are you doing here? Like, you think I'm gonna trust you? Like, all right, chill out.
It's funny. I've had some cool people to say, mate, I don't do door-to-door sales, all right? I had a conversation with them afterwards. I was like, you're actually pretty cool. But I still don't do door-to-door
or even them ones where it's like, I am looking for your service. I'm looking to switch Wi-Fi, but I'm not going to do it on the door. And then they go sign up online so we don't get no credit. Absolute dickheads.
Waste, man.
But like, that's what I would say is the downside of doing door-to-door.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say, which sales has taught me, I would say the most, probably something I will carry on throughout this life, is mentality to, obviously those days I didn't have it, but majority of days I did it was just keep going. Because you're knocking all these doors from 1 p.m. till about 8 p.m. and you're getting told many different things. You're going through so many mixed emotions, like, yes, I'm gonna get the sale to, this is dead, like I've knocked 20 doors and nobody's speaking to me, like it's cold, I'm freezing, what am I doing out here outside? But when you keep going and showing that resilience and determination to get that sale, and then let's say rainy night, we're up in, I don't even know where we are, up in China, 7 p.m. And the lady's like, oh, fantastic, you knocked my door earlier. Yeah, what is it you're about? And she gives you that most welcoming conversation. And then you just build rapport and then you get the sale. Like, you're like, 6 hours graft, no rewards. And then in one door, you're just like, I did it. And I think that's what I loved about sales, that delayed gratification. Like, you really have to work hard and go out there. And that's a skill I think you could take to anywhere in life. Like, the results don't show straight away. Like, that's what I say. It's all about the inputs. Keep putting the inputs in, and eventually you'll get them.
Good. Let's round it off with a story that taught you the biggest lesson. I'll go first, so you have time to think. Because I told you mine off camera. Yeah. It's holding grudges. Okay. So, obviously, you know the story. Had a client, was going well, did great results, then payment just stopped coming, whatever issues, in cash flow issues, whatever it was, didn't end up getting paid. And I was, at the time, it wasn't paid up front, it was paid at the end of the month, which I don't do anymore. And I was just there like, I did all this work, didn't get paid. And me being obviously new and naive, I carried on working, thinking, okay, I'll just get double the payment after the second month. Yeah, that didn't happen. And eventually I did get the money, but it was, I just held a grudge ever since, because I was like, he's just not honest with me. He's not this, he's not that. Like, my whole perception was just like, oh my God, everyone's just fake. No one's really about the bread. No one's about da-da-da-da-da. And yeah, I held the grudge and eventually came back for like one of my services. And I agreed to do it. Didn't really want to do it, holding the grudge. Still kind of cool, but a bit inside of me was just like, do you remember what happened, bro? And I didn't do my best work. Did the work, didn't do my best work. And then it just kind of, I wouldn't say ruined my pockets, but affected it. Because really and truly, if I just forgave, carried on, did my best work, probably still be working together today.
Can I ask you a question?
Go on.
Why is it you didn't feel the need to forgive him the first time?
It's a good question. I just feel like it was just a betrayal of trust, and he wasn't honest. Because he was saying things, then I'd wait until, obviously, what he said should be true, and then it wasn't true, and then he'll say another thing, and then I just found out it was just lie after lie. Or I don't know what it was, but I was just like, just be honest with me next time. Do you get what I'm saying? If you can't do it this time, just be honest. We'll work something out, but don't lie about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then holding the grudge, obviously you mentioned that's limited you towards the end because you could have had another possible income.
Yeah.
What would you say to like those who are holding grudges, especially in business, what would you say to them to stop them missing out on opportunities?
It's funny. Nero did a live today, and he was just like,
Big up Nero knowledge.
yeah, facts. He was just like, always wish good on people, because what you don't realize is everyone's just a reflection of you. And he gave an example of a book. Like, the book, different cover, different colors, but if you look inside, it's just text on paper. Cool text organized in different ways, but still, it's a book. Same way, I'm a human, you're a human, but you've gone through different things, you've done different things, but if you look at us, we're still human. So everyone's just a physical expression of yourself or something like that. So if you wish good onto people, it's kind of being put back on you. Same way, I'm holding a grudge of someone else, and that's being reflected on me. So I'm holding myself back because I'm seeing him in a different way. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Like, okay. Just don't hold a grudge, man.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
That's a nice story still.
Thanks, man.
And obviously, you won't be holding any more grudges going on.
I ain't got no grudges.
It's been good watching you grow this year still.
Thanks.
Good watching you grow.
That's kind of sus, but
That's not so. I'm just saying that it's good to see my brother. Because think I'm only on this journey with you, pause. But who else?
seeing you grow as well, man. Going from crippled to running.
Crippled to running.
Mad, innit?
I posted my first piece of content this year.
Yeah, posted the day.
Project
Project 50.
Project 50. And I managed to finish it, even though I'm just glad I got it. Like,
Yeah.
posted, yeah, man. I think it's been like a year just fully just testing it. Now it's like, okay, you're in here now. You need to
And it's mad
really
because
up.
I've seen how much people can accomplish in a year, and I just think, wow,
Yeah.
if you can do that, I can do that. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can accomplish this much. Like, I saw you. I sent you Tam Core's video
Sick.
of the recap. She did. I didn't know she did one in 2022, but she did one for 2023. And she was just like, she grew from like 2K to 100K subs in a month or something. I was like, damn. Like, that's really life changing. Checked her thing
That's
now.
crazy, you know.
Checked her thing now. She's on like 800K subs, I think. I'm like,
800K subs.
Is it 800? I don't want to get it wrong in it, but it's something mad, bro.
Big up Tamcore, man.
I said,
Because she's in Birmingham now as well.
yeah, and she was talking how she even moved out this year. Yeah, 819K.
She hit a mill.
Like, she moved out this year, works with brands, got her own podcast going. I was just like, wow, what a life-changing year. That's actually beautiful to see. You get what I'm saying?
Because think about it now, the rest of the years were just as good.
Big-
You should just keep winning. Like, you got no reason to lose.
Like, it actually don't take that long to change your life.
I think it just takes hard work. But I think this is what my story I was going to say important for the year was
No,
just keep turning up.
facts.
Just keep improving and striving, but most importantly, turning up with the improvement. So one thing I will say is with every week, we've turned up in our respective fields, obviously sales, obviously the podcast, and we've just kept going and kept going and kept going. And things have always ended up better off than the last month. Like, we always had more subscribers, we always got more views, we've always noticed something different that's better. And even though we wasn't putting like the massive changes in, we were still putting the inputs in to help us take us further. And that's all I would say is this year I've learned to just keep putting the inputs in and improve along the way. So I think for my own content and what I'm going to do next year is just actually turn up more and then put things into practice a lot more quicker. So the inputs, so I get the output a lot quicker.
Input, output.
This guy.
I'm a Westbag still, man.
But I think that's what I would say. So if anyone is looking to get a good year or start achieving their goals, just make sure you turn up, even if you're tired, battered, don't want to do it. Just turn up,
bro.
Even if even if your goal is to go to the gym, just turn up. I feel like the minute you're there, you're gonna have to work out now anyway. Because
I seen a quote saying, "Yo, having a bad day at the gym is better than having no gym."
Perfect.
Like, you're gonna improve something.
And I think that's important because there has been times emotionally where we've been like, not really in the mood for a podcast today. We've just done one already, not trying to do another one. But even though we're not the ones talking, we still turned up, kept the cameras on, had the questions ready, prepared and everything. We're ready for it. Like, so that's one thing I will say. Just keep going, keep striving, and then improve along the way. It's been a great year, and I'm happy with it. I can walk now and run.
Race me.
Race it. I'll blow you. Pause. I'll beat you in a race. I'll beat you. I'll beat you in a race, bro. I'll beat you in a race.
Catch you guys in the next episode.